you're all motivated and pumped up, like, yeah, and then Sundays, slaps you in the face and
Sure.
you're back.
Sure. So there is a philosophy that I live by every day. So I have my journal here. I can show you. Is people set goals, let's say once a year, the beginning of the year, and then they don't check it until the next year. So it makes sense if you really want to achieve your goals to measure yourself. So let's say you set goals for this year, 2020, who do you want to be? So you need to know not just the things that you want, but three things that I teach people in terms of goal setting is number one, who do you want to become as a person? Number two, how do you want to live that process? And number three, what do you want to give back to the society? So if you live by those three, then you're not even just focusing on how much money do I want to make or what kind of car do I want to have. Those are the things. But as I say, things are not going to ultimately make us happy, but who we become is going to make us either very happy or very sad. So who you become every day. So you set goals yearly, and then every month you need to review those goals and set goals for your month. And then you need to set goals for your week, and then you need to set goals for your days. So this is a process that a lot of people actually, don't. So here's an example if I want to show you. Goals of the week from 26 to 31. So I write down my goals, and they are not about like the things I want. For example, my first goal here, it says, love my Noriko, be kind and gentle to her, create results for her. So she's my wife. As a woman, our partners, they always want to know how strong her husband is, and how focused she is, how loving he is. All these things are important. Then it's my baby, okay? I love my Elena and be an outstanding daddy for her. So there are a few other things about how I build my character. So I wake up 5 a.m., 5 a.m. rise up, and then on and on and on, do my morning exercises, lift 4 times a week, and then mission of the week. I don't write my tasks. What is my mission this week? And then I write the things that I want to achieve in my business, in my private life. Who do I want to serve? How many people? So for example, this month, the day after tomorrow, I'm speaking for 500 students at the University of Sharjah. So we want to make sure that these guys really, since they're investing 2 hours of their life to come, I don't want to take it lightly. I really want to give them something that they remember for the rest of their life. So it's a goal-setting workshop for a decade. So from 2020 to 2030, I'm going to give them a process and a system and teach them something that really can help them. I'm very excited about that.
Thank you. So first of all, I just want to say thank you for sharing your journal. It's the first time I heard someone write so detailed about family, mission, and how you show up every day in the world. I know some people want to talk about this, cliche, but meeting in person, it speaks a lot about your character.
Well, you got to be a good student in life, really, because life is about always learning and growing, and you can always just learn and grow for yourself, or you can choose to share it with other people too. Again, I've been blessed and was touched by so many amazing teachers. I remember from a very young age, I was studying about leadership, and some of the leaders that I studied their life were including Abraham Lincoln or John F. Kennedy. And I remember I was studying something about John F. Kennedy and how he was one of the most empowering leaders in U.S. history. And there was a time that he visited a school, and in that school, Bill Clinton was a student in that school. So Bill was talking to his friends that, I want to shake his hand. I want to shake John F. Kennedy's hand. And they're like, there's no way he's going to shake your hand. And he said, of course, I'm just going to put myself out. I'm going to put my energy out. I'm going to focus on it, when he comes. And there's a picture you can see that Kennedy is shaking hand with Bill Clinton. He's around 14, 15 years old. And he said in that story that, he stood out like this until John F. Kennedy came, and then he shook his hand and he said, Mr. President, I'm going to be the future president of our country. And I said, young man, I think you can do it. That's beautiful. That's a great vision. So that inspiration that the president gave somebody. So then I started studying Bill Clinton's life. And a part of that, I realized, this guy has 2 coaches. One of them was Stephen Covey, the guy who wrote
7 Habits.
7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Unfortunately, Stephen passed away a few years back. And then he had another coach named Anthony Robbins or Tony Robbins. So I was fascinated how a president of a country could still have a coach. And I studied these guys' materials, and I was hooked with some of the skills of teaching and coaching that they had. So that is hopefully your answer. The second answer, your first answer I gave you was painful experience. The second answer was I was always looking for outstanding teachers. So it took me years to find someone that I could say, wow, this is the guy So for me, many years back, Stephen Covey, Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins,
Brian Tracy or Zig Ziglar.
Brian Tracy, Zig Ziglar, yeah, they are good, but they're kind of like really philosophical teachers. But someone like Tony Robbins or Stephen Covey, they are trainers. So there's a difference. So that's one of the things we teach in our Emirates Youth Leadership program is there are 3 things that I want really young people here in Emirates to learn is not only become speakers, having a speaking skill is one thing, but if you learn to become a great coach, and then on top of that, learn how to train other people. So speaking, coaching, and training, they are separate,
skill sets.
Separate skill sets. So again, you could be a great coach, but if you don't know how to teach, then
you cannot transfer the information.
So that's what we want to teach people, because we know here in this market, one of the major challenges we have is management. Leaders have great expectations from everybody, and then youth want to do a lot of things, but the middle managers are in trouble because they need to communicate with both below them and above them. And if they don't move quickly, if they don't make the right decision, if they don't deliver their message with impact, then they either lose their jobs, or somebody else will come and take their jobs. It's a really challenging position and situation, but it's exciting also.
And I'm also curious about, because when I saw your Emirates Youth Leadership program, there's like 5 things that a student must do, and one of them is like what I call this, you jump from a plane or something.
Okay, so this is basically the program. So Emirates Youth Leadership, the one side of the brochure is in Arabic and the other side is in English. We decided to have all of our seminars and activities in Arabic as well. So basically what it is this is a 1-year training program. It's a combination of once a month, 1 day, full day seminar, but it's not just sitting down watching something. So it's an engaging speaker, which is either myself or a few of other speakers globally. I mean, inviting some of my friends from around the world. If I want to mention a name, for example, Jerick Robbins is one of them. He is one of the most remarkable young coaches around the world. Was coached and trained by some of the best coaches around the world, including his father, Tony Robbins. But then he has other remarkable teachers, and I was fortunate enough to travel around the world with my family, with him, and we had some experiences together. I'm really grateful to get to know him. We've been friends for almost 10 years. There are a lot of stuff I learned from him. Hopefully there's been something he's learned from me too. But we've been helping each other. So I said to him, Jerick, I really want you to come because he's around 35 now, and our Emirates Youth Leadership program is for age 18 to 35. We have another program coming for senior leaders later on, but His Highness Sheikh Mohammed Rashid already has a fantastic leadership program for senior leaders here in the government. That's beautiful. So this program is a combination of these 12 months. Every month we give them a 1 day, full day, and it's on a Saturday. So we design it in a flexible way that full-time employees, full-time students, they can attend. It happens on a Saturday in Dubai, sometimes Abu Dhabi and Sharjah. And then we have a once a month, a 3 hours evening training session. Then we also gave them 10 activities. So during the seminars, we teach them soft skills, which is 5 skills that we're teaching them major. One is leadership presentation skills. The other one is communication skills. The other one is public speaking skills, management skills, and coaching skills. So these are the 5 major topics that throughout the year we focus and we teach them until they master. They will get a certification and an award if they complete the program. Then we also gave them 10 activities that they could choose up to 5, or they could choose none. We don't want to force anybody to do anything. But one of the reasons we decided to combine activities is if you want to build your character really as a leader, when you study the leaders around the world, the ones like, let's say, like His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, he's an athlete. So he needs to have a mindset of an athlete. He's a champion. He's very courageous because he uses his body. Exactly. So what we decided to do is, what can be put into this program that can really give people courage? So if they are afraid of, let's say, height, they need to go 14,000 feet, open the door and jump out of a plane, so they shock their nervous system that, if I can do this, what else can I do? So the skydiving is one. But again, for Emirati female, sometimes parents go like, whoa, I don't want my girl to sit on the lap of a strange guy. We have some of the best female instructors in the world working here in Dubai. So we have female instructors for female. male instructors for male. Then we have a few other activities, including, let's say, penmanship.
Yeah.
If you're not interested in skydiving, but if you want to have a beautiful handwriting in English and Arabic, so we bring some of the beautiful, teachers that they can teach you stuff. Then horse riding, swimming, a few activities that's really cool. Self-defense, and you can choose up to 5, and you can basically come to our website and select where you want to go.
And then this 1-year program is obviously only for Emiratis, yes?
For year 1, it's for Emiratis. As I said, our goal is every year we want to train the number of people. So today, we are in year 2020. The name of the program is Emirates Youth Leadership 2020. We want to train 2020 Emiratis this year.
Wow.
Next year is going to be 2020,
Wow.
1 Emirati. But next one is not going to be only for Emiratis. Because a lot of people are already telling us, hey, why don't you open the door to other people from different nationalities? We have more than 150 nationalities here. We said, okay, for next year we do that. But the reason for the first year to just focus on Emiratis is because I really believe the young Emiratis are the future leaders of this country, and they need to know what's going on. They need to be skillful enough, to focus on the gap and then close that gap. So we don't want to be complainers. But if we have a country here and we say it is the best country in the world, sometimes people want to come and see how is it the best country in the world. And to prove it, we need to really look at what's working and maintain that. What's not working, making it work.
Yeah, actually, I'm really impressed about the program because I know most of the students who wanted to learn this stuff, they go outside UAE. US, Europe.
This is a very unique program. My vision for this program was, again, once I worked with 1,800 Emiratis in the last 14 months, one of the things we realized was, how can we make it in a way that they don't need to spend so much money going out to different places, and we don't have really any program like that here. The longest leadership training program here is from 3 to 6 months, and there are some soft skills. They're a remarkable program, don't get me wrong. But we didn't have anything that's a combination of, so many skills involved in one package. So when you come out, you talk differently, you walk differently, your level of confidence is different. And then we're also inviting a lot of companies to come in to offer job opportunities. Because as you know, His Highness announced on September 1st, 2019, that we want to give 18,000 Emiratis new jobs in the next 3 years. And these Emiratis must be skillful enough. So if you have a company and you want to hire an Emirati, one of your concerns is, okay, if I pay you a big chunk of money monthly, what are you providing for me? So if I'm skillful, exactly. So it's not just because you're Emirati, because you're really skillful and you can do the job. So I could easily, hire you. That's one of the reasons. We want to really bring amazing job opportunities for Emiratis.
And what's next for you? I mean, do you plan to bring this program outside UAE?
Absolutely. So one of the things we want to do is, the goal is, again, once the leadership city is built, we want to hire some of the best trainers that we are training. So in fact, we are actually giving right now 50 full-time job opportunities to people in 2020 with great salary and commission. So then the reason for that is, again, we understand that Emiratis understand Emiratis culture. They know what they want.
They're relatable.
Exactly. So then we want them to also, once we open the door to international community, we want to help a lot of countries. Let's say you and I are from a different nation. If you come from the Philippines, I come from New Zealand or Iran or Japan, and we come here, we bring a part of our culture here, and somehow we live based on that. Now, if I drive crazy in New Zealand, I probably like that. I drive like that here. But if you believe that, hey, this is my country and we want to have the best driving in the whole world, and I don't know how to match that, so I either need to learn that or you need to teach me that. So we want to really, again, resolve a lot of challenges that it is in the society, and I'm really excited about that.
Perfect. And you'll also be speaking in Emirates Leadership Festival?
Yes.
What are your topics all about? And
the morning session on February 5th, I'm speaking with a high-rank retired police officer. I'm very excited to meet him also. And we're talking about the future. And one of the things I want to talk about that morning, since our time is very limited, is a process that we use in neuro-linguistic programming called NLP. It's called future pacing. So future pacing is, right now, as I said, lots of information is coming to us every day, and our limit of patience has been like 3 seconds to 5 seconds.
The attention span.
Exactly. So if in 3 seconds we don't get your attention, you're gone. So I want people to learn a technique that, you know, if I ask you, where is past? Show me the past. You might finger here or here or here. If I say, where is now? You might say here. Where is future? You might say here. So this is going to be your timeline. So I want to teach them a process of how they can design their future and who they want to be, how they want to live, what they want to give back to the society. And hopefully we can achieve that. It's a complicated process, but I want to make it very simple and do it in 5 minutes. So hopefully we'll achieve that day.
And you also have, I think there's one session as well where you will teach influencers, thought leaders, CEOs, or...
Yes, in the evening we are focusing on public speaking and leadership presentation skills for influencers. And as I said in the beginning, everything is a presentation. So whether you are a general, you're going on stage, or whether you are, someone who wants to interview somebody else. Because one of the things, again, one of the major challenges here we have with a lot of events that we have, sometimes MCs forget what they're supposed to do. They're like the producer of the events. They're not there to just, ask questions. They are there to set up the whole system and get, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And sometimes, unfortunately, their state is not there. The level of, inspiration and energy is not there.
Body language.
Yes. So what I love about really Emirates Festival is, they're doing a fantastic job, and everyone is professional, and they're communicating in a remarkable way. I'm really grateful and very excited to give something powerful back on the 5th of February in the evening. We're giving a structure of a public speaking and leadership presentation, and I'm sharing a few steps. The 5 steps that I shared with you, the idea was one of them, and then asking the audience why they're here, finding the problem, finding the solution, and getting the audience to take massive action. So I'm very excited for that.
Awesome. And before we start recording, you also mentioned you have 2 best-selling books.
Yes.
Where can people get it, and how they can, find more about?
They can get it. They are Amazon #1 bestsellers, but they need to read Japanese because both of my books are in Japanese. My first book is called The Power of Decision, or in Japanese we call it Ketsudan no Chikara. My second book is called From Desperation to Inspiration. In Japanese we say どんな状況からでも成功する方, which means, your struggles in life have the impact on you. You can choose to be really a great person, or you can be a victim. So your dreams are up to you. And I'm writing my first book in English this year. So unfortunately we couldn't complete it for the festival, but I promise your listeners and your viewers that we can give them at least a digital copy online when we are ready. So make sure that they get that and they stay engaged with you, and I promise that book is gonna rock them.
Perfect. And before my final question, I just want to acknowledge you for sharing your time, your journey with us, and your story, especially the journal. I think that one really sticks with me personally. Because me, myself, I'm a family man, although I don't have kids yet, but me and my wife, does run our business 24/7. So for that, it just kind of melts my heart in.
That's wonderful. My friend, if you came to this country with with a great vision and expectation and dreams that I want to be successful, I want to achieve great goals, and UAE or Dubai is the place. What I always tell my friends is, if you come to a place, to a company, to a society, a new city or country, if you come with the attitude of what can I get from that country, it's going to take you a long time to succeed. But if you come with the attitude of what can I give to this society, what can I bring to this society, to this community, to this country, that can help them to become better people, and put your fears aside and take massive risk and massive action, great things will happen to you. So even if you fail 70% of whatever action you're taking, the 30% that you're going to succeed is going to serve you for the rest of your life.
And mention of succeed, this is actually the final question.
Yes.
If everything is stripped away from you, your business, Step Up International, your books, your coaching, programs, everything, if everything is stripped away, what would be your main drive to succeed?
Well, success is very simple for me because everybody has a different definition of success. To me, success is simple. Success is you live a life that you're happy with who you are as a person, and then you create lots of pleasure for the people around you and very little pain for yourself and them.
Yeah.
So if you can live that life, if you're happy with who you are, if you want to, again, wake up 5 a.m. in the morning and spend 2-3 hours building your day, which is unfortunately, challenging for a lot of people because everybody loves to sleep, in a warm sheet and not coming out.
Especially though it's winter.
Right, but if again you can discipline yourself to sleep only 5 hours a day, 6 hours a day max, but you wake up 5 a.m. and then from 5 a.m. to let's say 7, 8 a.m. you work on yourself. I remember one of my mentors many years back ago told me, he said, if you work hard on yourself, you can create a future and fortune. If you work hard on your job, you can make a living. So I said, wow, so it means if I work so hard on my job every day, go, punch this time card and then get paid a salary monthly, then I'm working hard on my job.
Yeah.
But if I wake up 5 a.m. and work hard on myself for 2-3 hours, study, do journaling, plan my day, do meditation, do yoga, weight lift, eat healthy food, and I do that, then from let's say 8 a.m. till 2 p.m., I have a completely different day than when I wake up at 8 or 9 a.m.
Yes.
And my day actually starts, let's say, around noon, and then by 5, 6, I'm already tired. So it's a different life.
Yeah.
So set high standards for yourself, and to live that standards, you really need to make decisions that, why do I want to live this way? Yeah. It's because the happiness to you is who you are as a person. Nobody can take that away from you. So if you lose everything that you have, all the things that you have, you can make it again. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
I had a friend, he lost $150 million in a business and he was going to commit suicide. But then a mentor showed up and he helped him with some strategies and tools. And now he's a billionaire. He came back, it took him 3 to 5 years. But he had just what he told me, he lost everything. But what he didn't lose was his character, his personality. Yeah. And then, thank God, a right mentor showed up at the right time. And he's fine now. He's one of the best teachers in the world.
Awesome.
So good luck, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Anything else that you need from us?
I think that's it for today. Thank you so much, Coach Kardan.
Hopefully, your listeners and viewers, they get some benefit from this, and they stay in touch with us. We have a lot of more stuff for them.
Awesome. Perfect.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
Thank you.